All right, that's it. We're trudging. We're here and we're trudging.
Yeah, trudging all right. Fucking everybody.
All right, good stuff. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Little. I think I had too much coffee.
Hell yeah. My name's Trev.
I'm David.
Yeah, and we're both just
livid.
existing.
And we're livid. I'm just livid.
Yeah, we're existing and we're mad. Like we're network mad.
I want to punch out a clown.
That's a good. Yeah, if let's say there's a profession where their sole job is to show up and let you slug them right in the face, and then you can say how you want them to dress. Maybe it's a form of anger therapy.
Oh,
You'd pick
really?
a clown?
No. Who would I pick?
Would you have them dress up like someone you know?
Yeah,
And also, how much would they charge? Because now I'm thinking of maybe I'll get slugged in the face.
No, I'd punch out a bully, a guy that's dressed like in his football jacket, and
Remember that Tim
classic
Allen?
asshole in school.
Okay, so like a high school bully.
No, like that guy that has that look, the classic asshole look.
Right. Okay.
Like,
What about
he was that guy in high school, and now that the guy that looks like that as an adult. They still have that same swagger.
Like that movie? Remember that movie, Tim Allen's movie, Joe Somebody? Remember where he's got like a workplace bully?
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
You know the guy? Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that. So you'd have him maybe in a slightly oversized suit. Maybe he'd be like it'd be a slightly baggy
if he's
suit.
a businessman, or he's just an asshole like blue collar guy that always wears like his plumbing outfit.
Okay, sure.
Not that I have anything against plumbers, but he's a bitter. He's bitter. And he takes it out on everyone else.
Like a loud asshole at a bar. Do you know what I mean? Like someone that's trying to make themselves like the center of attention. Like they're very dismissive to the wait staff. Like they slap a girl on the ass as she walks by. Just like a fucking jerk.
Or clap laughers. I would not only punch them, I would hit them while they're down. And that's
wow.
Yeah.
So you'd curb stomp them.
I'd curb stomp a clap
Next
laugher.
level. So wait, you don't.
This
okay.
guy at the bar that's like a cheese dick, and he does this when someone tells him a joke.
Oh, at a bar. I was thinking like
restaurant. Worse at a restaurant. He's at his own table and he hears a joke and he's like this.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I see that all too often when I bartend, and I completely agree. I want to pick up a pint glass. I want to smash the top of it off, and then I want to hurl it at his neck. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Now, how much would you be willing to pay
to punch out
Let's say that that's a profession where someone's like, I'm going to show up and you can slug me in the face, and I'm going to dress how you want me to dress. Or maybe we'll be immersive. I'll let you we'll go eat out somewhere, and I'll do that at another table, and then we can go outside.
Clap laughers are always like puka shell guys. They love it.
100%. Yeah, they would have had blonde spiked tips in the 90s and early 2000s.
Sandals in the winter.
Yes. Okay. I would pay to punch that man out. I would pay. Jeez. I'd pay $200.
200. Yeah, I was thinking 250. I'd go to 250.
You go up to 250.
Yeah.
So this man would take one. So now the reverse. Let's say, would you allow someone to punch you in the face and they gave you $250?
If it relieved their stress.
Oh, so you're okay. Now all of a sudden you're being
nice.
magnanimous about it. You're doing it to help
charity.
them now. Yeah. Well, it's not charity. You're getting paid $250. 250 quatloos.
$250, but you get a really hard hit to the face. It takes a while to
yeah,
you're hurting for a while.
Yeah, because you're probably, if that is your sole source of income, you're not going to be able to go back to work for maybe a week.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, you can't hit me in the face, you can hit me in the gut, and then we got to like lower the price. That's how Houdini died, though.
Oh, a gut punch, $100.
I almost feel like I'd rather get hit in the face than the gut.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Can flex though.
I guess.
You can't flex your face.
Yeah, I guess you can't harden any of like facial muscles to really.
You could get prepared for a punch in the gut. You can't prepare for a face.
What about an open slap? What about a slap?
That's even worse than being punched in the face.
You think? How so?
It's way more painful.
It's more painful, maybe, but less likely to cause
bruising
serious
and soreness,
damage. Because like, what if they fractured your like orbitals, like your eye socket?
Okay, yeah, it's painful at the time, but it's short term.
And I think it might be more rewarding for me to slap someone just because it's going to feel like I'm doing more damage. It's also a
really big diss. Slapping someone is like you are insignificant.
There is a power dynamic here. Because if you're punching someone,
you're just mad and you're just in a fight. But if you
cold cock someone, you respect them. If you slap them, you're hurting them and you don't respect them.
You hoe.
Yeah. There's just something about them that is lesser than to you in your eyes.
Slapping a guy that's degrading.
Yeah, I've never been in like a proper fight, but if I were, I think my first instinct would be to slap them, just because it's going to rile them up even more, and they're more likely to make a mistake. They're going to get so. You don't think so? I've never been in a proper fight, so this is just a theory. I'm just theorizing here.
Yeah.
But I think I would like to slap them. I think that's how I want to initiate the fight. Also because if they get serious, like they say they pull out a knife on me and then they stab me or whatever, I say I survive, and there's a police report. If I'm talking to the cops and I say, well, I punched him, then he knifed me, they'd be like, well, you had that coming. But if I say to the cops, I slapped him and then he knifed me, they'd be like, well, that's not... You only slapped him? You just slapped him.
Wait a minute.
And then he
no,
knifed you?
slapping him would be more of a reason for stabbing you.
No. Not in the eyes of the law.
Slapping is way bigger of a diss. If I slapped a guy across the face and he stabbed me, they're like, you had that coming.
No. I think if I punched him, they'd be like, well, that's, he was scared for his life. If I slapped him, they'd be like, how were you scared for your life? He slapped you. I mean, come on. What,
but
you baby?
It's offensive to slap someone across the face.
It is 100%. I agree. But I just think it's seen as less physically threatening than a punch.
Yeah, but it's degrading. You've heard
that's why it's awesome. I know, that's great. That's what I want to do. I want to physically and emotionally hurt them in one foul swoop.
That's why they'd stab you.
Yeah, no, I understand why they would get so angry so quickly. I just think in the eyes of the law, they would see that as
I think the police officers are also human. They'd be like, oh, yeah, that would have pissed me off enough to stab you too.
Yeah, I don't know. Just on paper, I think if you're reading a report that says this man punched him and then he was stabbed, and then you read a report that said this man slapped this other man and then he was stabbed, you go, well, the stabbing, both things, essentially there were two things that happened. A guy was hit and then a stabbing occurred.
What the hell are we talking about?
I think, though, if you're reading it on paper... it just like the ramp up from slap to stab seems a bit too much, too high.
No,
that's
because
a high
a slap
escalation.
Is more of a psychological diss, like you said. So it's got to it's going to make a guy lose his top even more than being punched.
No, I agree. I think if you break it down like that,
that's why he pulls out the knife.
No, I think if you break it down, it makes a lot of sense. I just think that the casual observer who's reading that, you go, well, okay, a slap to a stab, that's a pretty big quick escalation. Yeah.
You know, I when I was working at a law firm, we had this case where a guy got into a fight at a restaurant. I won't name the restaurant. With another guy, and the guy threw an ice cube at him, and then he,
What?
Yeah. So no, this is where it gets better. He threw an ice cube at the man, and the guy got pissed off because that's like.
Someone
you don't like. If another table threw an ice cube at you and you were in an argument,
especially during pandemic times.
That's
in pandemic times, you'd be
Anyways, he picks up his coaster and throws it back at the guy, hits the guy right in the eye, and he loses his eye.
Fuck off. Are you serious?
True story. Yeah.
What kind of coaster was it? Was it fucking metal?
1 in a million shot.
Was it like a Ninja Star?
A classic paper coaster that's at every restaurant.
And
hit him right in the eyeball.
This guy legitimately lost his
sight in his eye.
Oh my god! Did you was he kind of faking it a bit?
No. Our client was the guy that lost the sight in his eye.
Oh wow!
And he lost like 80% of the sight in his eye.
So he took this guy to the cleaners, obviously.
Oh yeah, he got a good settlement. He was only like in his early 20s, so.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Can you imagine getting a coaster in your eye though?
And honestly, I don't think. And so the guy that lost his eye, he threw the first stone or cube, if you will.
Yeah, he was they were well. So it was another table in an argument. Yeah, it was two tables in arguments.
See, that's really shitty that guy lost an eye. But I think throwing a paper coaster is equivalent to throwing an ice cube. I don't think it was
that's what I mean. But there you go. We're talking about how something so little can escalate so quickly.
Yeah.
You threw an ice cube at a guy and you lose your eye.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah, early. But I guess that's the age you're gonna do it, right? Early 20s is when you're gonna start throwing ice cubes and coasters, as opposed to being like, "Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself, buddy?"
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
even a harmless argument can turn terrible.
And I'm much more the kind of guy that is going to hurl an insult over an ice cube. Do you know what I mean?
But again, an ice cube is a diss. That's like a slap. Like if you throw an ice cube at someone from another table because you're jawing at each other, that's like, okay, that's on.
It's a modern day equivalent of taking your glove off and slapping the man in the face with it.
That's what I'm talking about. You'd furious if some guy threw his ice cube from his drink at you?
I would be. I think I would go red. I don't think I would do the coaster. I think I would just immediately go to tussling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he threw his coaster, and it worked.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine like watching that happen and go, hang on a second?
I'd be so angry though if I lost the sight in my eye over a coaster.
Well, especially because it's kind of my fault.
Yeah.
I started it, right? I threw the ice cube. What are you gonna do? Lose an eye?
Know. So fucked up. But yeah, he got.
That guy made a statement though. The guy that threw the coaster, that's making a statement.
I mean, you can really get those going though. If it hit you right in the open eye, I can see.
Well, have you seen some guys with playing cards? They can cut fruit with playing cards.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, into the wall.
That's a trick I want. I want to be able to just slice someone with a playing card, a deck of cards.
Yeah, or my favorite superhero, Gambit.
Gambit was your favorite X-Men?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Says a lot about you.
Really? Why?
The Raging Cajun.
He was the best.
Gambit. I was always a Wolverine guy. Whenever my brothers and I would play superheroes, I was Wolverine, and I put the Crayola markers in between my knuckles.
Oh yeah.
And then
brother, and then right up his ass.
Yeah, and I had one in my ass. Yeah, and then
No, I mean
I almost said something terrible.
I mean,
And then my other brother Mark would be Cyclops, and my other brother Adam would be Jean Grey.
Oh, Jean Grey.
No, I'm kidding. He was Gambit. That was my point.
Who else did I like? I liked Gambit, and I liked Morph. Remember Morph? And he always had psychological problems. He was always fucked up.
Morph? No, yeah, I don't remember Morph.
Morph in the original X-Men from the 90s, I think he was under some kind of brainwashing thing from one of the bad guys, and he could never get back into the X-Men. He would always do something wrong.
He was just this reject X-Men.
Yeah.
So he was busy in therapy while they were all fighting Magneto.
Yeah, and they kept trying to get
X-Men
him.
cartoon.
He would rejoin the team, but then he was all messed up.
Oh, this guy looks. I vaguely remember this guy. He looks like he needs to be in therapy. This guy looks like a divorced dad who's trying to find some friends, and then he found the X-Men.
No, something happened to him. He was part of the bad guys, and then he got brainwashed, and they tried to make him good again, but he kept battling demons.
Do you want to know why I don't remember it? In the series' second episode, Morph was assumed to be slain by Sentinels, leaving Wolverine distraught.
Yeah, he wasn't slain. They brainwashed him and made him their slave or something. And
Wolverine
then
blamed Cyclops for leaving Morph behind, but later overcame it, having been desensitized to seeing friends die. That's pretty dark for a child cartoon.
Yeah, I know. But no, Morph wasn't dead. He got turned or something, and then they rescued him.
I gotta send you this photo. There's a photo of Morph here. I gotta send this to you because
he looks like a dad that just got laid off of Home Depot.
Yeah, that's exactly what he looks like. I don't even know how to do this. I'm just gonna send you a link, maybe. Yeah. Oh, hey guys, remember Morph? From the cartoon. Anybody? No, that's the title of this.
Morph was the best.
I don't know how you remember that guy. That guy definitely has a couple kids that he never speaks to.
He has the same powers as Mystique.
So he can he's a changeling.
Yeah.
I mean, way to think of an original name. What do you do? I morph into other people. What's your name? Morph.
Yeah, I know. They
it sounds like an 80s. Like it sounds like an 80s sitcom, like Alf.
Alf was great. He was a good character.
If you say so, man. I don't. Hang on, I sent you the link to check out that photo of Morph.
Oh yeah, here we go. Morph. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, doesn't he look like a yeah? No, but if you watch it, he was really good. Before he got kidnapped by the Sentinels, he was like the funny guy, the sense of humor guy.
Oh, he was like Ralphie in Magic School Bus. Is that it? Was he like Ralphie? Now you're reading the article.
Yeah.
Well, stop. Just look at the picture. Look at it like a pop-up book. Look at it like you would a porno magazine.
Ew.
Just the images, not the articles.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I was wanting to read. I'm telling you about the story. He came back, but he was tainted.
Yeah, they brainwashed him. Or maybe they didn't brainwash him. Maybe he's just like, you know what? These guys left me for dead. Fuck them.
Yeah, something was going on. No. He was a spy. I remember he was a spy for the Sentinels, and he was trying to steal information back to his new boys.
I think that cartoon's on Disney Plus.
It is.
Nice.
I watched an episode. It was still the best.
That opening intro is just the tops.
Oh, do.
Yeah. They know how to do it right. That Spider-Man, the Spider-Man cartoon too was great. I always bummed me out though, because I didn't realize the series finale, like that episode was actually the series finale. So and you couldn't look it up online.
They were always Saturday morning. It was a Saturday morning cartoon bracket with
on Fox.
All the X-Men, Spider-Man. But then the Disney ones were always weekdays before you go to school.
Disney afternoon.
DuckTales, Rescue
Darkwing
Rangers,
Duck, Tailspin.
It was always weekday mornings.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Spider-Man. The series finale is them going. First of all, that cartoon was insane. The fact that they went to like different universes with different Spider-Man
and
stuff.
Venom was good in it.
Venom was so good. And then they ended it with like Madam Web going to take Spider-Man to go find the real Mary Jane because she tumbled through portals or whatever and was lost to a different alternate universe. And then they're like, we were gonna go find the real Mary Jane, and then he's like, oh, that's amazing, thank you. And then that's the series finale. And I didn't realize it was a series finale, so I was always checking episodes for like a year to try and see the next episode. They just ended it there.
It was weird. They ended all of that stuff, and then they came out with like a new generation of cartoons. They stopped all that shit for the next generation of kids. And then it was all like Caillou and fucking Recess and stuff.
They kind of simplified, like those cartoons were complicated, but they kind of simplified them a little bit. They didn't make them as
think
complex.
About late night, like thousands. I was watching cartoons with my nephew because he was the age of the new people that would watch cartoons at that time, and it was all dog shit.
They really dumbed it down. You know what's to blame for people being dumber? Cartoons.
Caillou, that aardvark. What the fuck was Arthur?
Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
Yeah, it's the best.
And there's just
ever.
a picture of him cutting up cocaine with a library card.
Yeah, and then Recess wasn't bad though. I remember being okay with that. But still,
Pamela Adlon did Spinelli's voice, and she's fantastic.
Oh yeah, her show is really good on
Better
FX.
Things.
Better
on
Things,
FX. Yeah,
great
so
show.
Damn good. She's insane too because she writes that, she directs it, she produces it, she acts in it. And it's such a good show.
She was in a lot of movies in the early 90s too, and late 80s. She was hot.
She's in one of my, if not my favorite
Sergeant Bilko?
TV show. I was going to say TV show, Californication.
Okay, she was in Sergeant Bilko too.
You know, I've never seen Sergeant Bilko. It was one of those movies that I always wanted to rent and just never did.
And she was in Adventures of Ford Fairlane. What's his?
I don't know if I've heard of that movie.
Andrew Dice Clay's motion picture debut.
Ah, classic.
Yeah.
Back when if you were a comic with notoriety, you were instantly getting a movie.
Yes.
There were a lot of those.
You know how much money comics made in the 80s and 90s? Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, you'd get a deal instantly. There was no social media, so the only way to really promote anyone was like you'd get on stage and then you'd get a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, and you know how much they paid for like I watched some of the documentaries on that Kinison. Sam Kinison he got paid like $500,000 a show.
Went right up his nose.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
right up his nose.
Yeah. Then he died at 35.
Yikes, that's a good age.
Well, he got a head-on collision. He died in a car accident.
I know. I told you, watch the Comedy Store, man.
Yeah,
it's a great doc.
But they paid you so much.
What?
They paid you so much for live shows.
Yeah. You got just buckets of cash. And now everyone does it for free online.
Exactly. I think that's why. Yeah, you don't have to give people money when they just do it anyways.
Yeah, now everyone does it for free online. We got a record-breaking donation on the last Beer Me, and a third of that went to Google.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that. Or I guess we can't. Oh yeah, we can. Fuck them.
Well, we can talk about it. I mean, we had some very generous. Nolan Smith, guy donated $200 to us.
Just tell them right away what the facts. What does Google? What's the percentage does Google take from content creators?
Any revenue you make through YouTube, anyways, they take about a third.
That's fucked.
So we had people donating to us through YouTube. We made a little over 500. I actually can't remember the exact amount because I was quite inebriated by the end. It was like 540, maybe something like that.
No, 6.
We made $600.
Yeah, it was over a little over 6.
No, really?
Yeah, guaranteed.
Holy fuck. Okay. So the next day, because daily the estimated revenue that you're going to get per month from Google is updated. Our estimated revenue was $347.
So it almost took half.
Yeah, that's why I think it's got to be like 540. I think.
I'm pretty sure it was 6.
I could fast forward to the end of the episode, but I'm not going to do that now.
Whatever. But anyways, the fact that they take that much is insane. They're a $1 billion company.
Well, I guess that's how you get to be a $1 billion company.
Yeah, but they would still get billions of dollars even if they took, 10%?
Look, I feel like we're getting charged out the ass to use their platform, but it's their platform.
I know,
and but I agree. I agree with you. I think it's too much. But
how many people are on YouTube?
What are you gonna do? Like if we don't have to use YouTube if we don't want to, but then where are we gonna go?
Yeah, you're right.
And we don't have to.
No, I get why they charge, but I'm saying the amount they charge is a little bit heinous. Is that the word?
I think heinous is now we could theoretically figure out like a direct donation way where people, if they're going to donate to us,
we don't. I'm not saying no, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, fuck.
I get it, man. Well, I also, as someone who, like, I've donated to channels before and stuff, it is frustrating to me that
the fact
the
that
individual is not getting
some of your money's not going to them completely. Yeah,
that's pretty frustrating, and also a little misleading on
YouTube's part.
Yeah, on Google's part, but I guess
I didn't realize that some of the donation doesn't go to them.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you? I think that's why I think Twitch is a bit more transparent in terms of
donations.
When you donate, how much the creator gets. I don't know that for sure, but I know YouTube takes the house takes a fair chunk.
You know what's also fucked up? As I had to use PayPal the other day for something. They charge so much too for sending money. Yeah, I sent like a couple $100, and they charged me like $15 surcharge on top of that.
What?
Yeah. I was like, "Are you fucking joking me?"
Were you? And like, are you? I don't think I've ever used PayPal.
It wasn't to buy something; it was to transfer money to someone else, and they do a surcharge for that.
That's fucked.
Yeah, like it was insane.
But hey, I guess if you have to use their service, then they're gonna our costs go up, your costs go up, as Liam Neeson from Taken says.
Yeah. When he's
it's a lot, and like normally we usually get like $80, $100 of donations, so I don't notice that disparity as much. Do you know what I mean? But when we got so much in donations,
the more corn you get, the more you get dinged, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the more you get fleeced. So yeah, we could try to look into that. But that's why we started the Patreon to begin with. But with COVID, we're doing our best. We're just trudging, guys. We're trudging along as best we can.
What's the percentage that Patreon takes?
Like not much at all. Virtually nothing. Yeah. I think it depends on like the level that you, as a creator, you put on there, like because you can pay for like a premium version and stuff that allots you more stuff and yada yada yada. But
that's what I'm talking about. Whatever.
You like the premium version stuff? Speaking of money, did you see how much
Pornhub has a great premium version?
All right, copy that. You got a fleshlight in the mail once a month? What is it like?
You get a hat, shirt, fleshlight.
Oh wow, you get, and it's all branded.
Full access to everything.
You get everything branded from the hub.
All the bondage you want.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I'm just joking. I don't have a porn.
Not bondage is disgusting,
but you actually
all the bondage you want. It just sounds like not. If that's an advertisement on anything, I don't think
watch enough porno to pay for it. I'm saying you can get a premium subscription. You can subscribe.
Oh, now it's theoretical. So before you were getting hats and shirts, and now it's theoretical that it's available.
I don't have hats and shirts.
Oh, so now you're not sure.
I don't think I'd wear a Pornhub hat outside. They have hats.
I don't. I really. Because like, what are you advertising? I just like what?
Also, what does that say? What kind of guy? Like, you'd have to have like your shirt, but like that stops it here, like buttons to like
the middle,
the sternum.
Yeah. You definitely have a really thick leather bracelet on.
Yeah. And it looks like you haven't washed your hair in like 2 years. Greasy look.
And if you went to a laser tag and there were black lights, you would glow like fucking Casper.
Oh, you'd be covered in cum.
Yeah, there'd just be a lot of.
Yeah, you really have to be a certain type of individual to wear a Pornhub hat.
I just don't think you'd be like I'm going to make this judgment and assumption, and I'm definitely it's on me, but I'm going to go ahead and assume your personal grooming habits aren't the best.
Yeah, you don't stink though. You just have that weird smell to you. You know that weird. You have like a baby oil mixed with some sort of cologne smell.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's going to be almost like Axe body spray with a higher acid smell. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a site that's a pungent Axe body spray.
Those sleazy guys that have like a weird, they just have an aura about them.
Yeah, but hey, if you have that hat and you wear it, you do what you want. You live your life.
Maybe it'd be fun if you were on like a bachelor party or something.
No, I don't think so. I mean, like maybe as a gag. Yeah, if someone's wearing it as a gag, then that's one thing. Yeah, like if maybe you get your buddy one. I'm gonna retract what I said. Yeah, you get your buddy one for a bachelor party, and then you make the groom wear a Pornhub hat.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fun little. You masturbate to that website kind of joke.
Yeah, well, that guy, speaking of making a lot of money, they make a lot of money.
Right, I was going to say that. So Knives Out, Netflix has bought the rights, or like basically funding the next 2 movies, I think.
Yeah.
And do you know how much Daniel Craig and Ryan Johnson and one of the producers are set to make from these sequels?
No.
$100 million each.
So $300 million they have to pay just to those guys per film?
Apparently, some of the stipulations
or both films. This is all together.
This is all together.
So $300 million over the two films?
So apparently they paid over $400 million for the rights to these movies.
And they have to pay these three guys another $300 million.
No, I think that's part of the $400 million.
Oh, okay. Well, then...
And then the other stipulation is the budgets have to be about the same of the first one, which was around $40 million. I think they're shooting the second one in Greece this summer.
But that's a good thing, though. A smaller budget, you don't need a large budget to make a film good. It just needs to be well written and well acted.
Yeah, exactly. But that money is insane. Like, that's like...
Was Daniel Craig the producer of the first one?
Actually, maybe. I don't know. But
why is he getting all this money? Because
he's part of the deal. Part of the deal is he's starring.
He has to be in the show?
Yes. Part of the deal is that character is starring.
Is it a whole new set of actors and characters, just him on another case?
Exactly right. That's
great. So you get a whole new movie.
It's like an Agatha Christie style.
That's going to be really good.
Yeah. So basically, it's just going to be new setting, new case.
And
he's on the case.
And they'll probably hire great actors for the new characters.
You can just
sky's the limit
on
that.
Yeah, you can front load the cast with individuals.
Oh, that's a great idea. See, there's a good idea. Fucking finally.
Yeah. Isn't that...
yeah.
The only potential downside is it might not get a theatrical run.
See, that's a problem.
Yeah, I figured you were going to...
But seeing that movie in theater is not just good for yourself. It's so fun to watch other people's reactions to all the twists and turns and funny moments of that movie.
Yeah, you know what's not fun, though? When there's like a big plot reveal moment happening and someone's on their phone. That's not fun.
Okay, that's not fun, but still, I love the theater experience. I don't know why people want to get rid of
the audience experience.
It's beyond me.
I don't think they do. Honestly, Ryan Johnson and this producer, I guess, were shopping around these movies in January, from what I read.
But like you said, sorry to interrupt you really quick before you finish what you're gonna fucking say.
Yep.
The Irishman was a Netflix release, and they put that in the theater. Couldn't they do the same with? I think you said that already, but
yeah. When this first broke last week, we were talking about it. Yeah, they could. I mean, theoretically, Netflix could, which I hope they do.
Yeah,
because that's the kind of movie I want to see in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Like at Christmas time.
But it's kind of So they were shopping around at the studios in January, but then they decided to do a streaming service because in January they were like, well, we want to get these movies made. We want to do it this year, or make the first one this year, and we don't know what the theater situation is going to be like. So the studios might not want to pay like a $40 million budget for a movie like this. So then they shopped it around to streaming services, and apparently it was a massive bidding war, and Netflix came out on top.
You know, they should also not call it Knives Out 2. They should call it Knives Out and then just another name.
Yeah, you should tweet Ryan Johnson.
You know what I mean? Don't say Knives Out 2. Call it Knives Out, but then a new like Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Or you could have a Pornhub spinoff called Knives In.
Knives In, yeah.
You know what I mean?
7. Remember 7?
And then they could put hats. You can get hats. So you can get a Knives In hat now from Pornhub.
That literally happened in 7.
Ew, yeah. I heard you say that, but it didn't register with me until just now. That's disgusting.
Well, it's the most disturbing part of the film. Oh, besides the whole head in the box thing. But.
Yeah, that's a pretty... Yeah, I mean, knife in the box and a head in the box. There you go. There it is. Look at that little thread.
What is that, a synonym?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Play on words, maybe?
Play on words, yeah. Knife in the box, head in the box. Wow.
That's so bad. I hope that any of these big budget movies that are going to streaming services
go in the theaters first.
Go to the theaters as well. But I mean, I guess Netflix could theoretically open a theater, and then if you have a Netflix membership, maybe you pay a theater premium on your Netflix membership.
And nice. They could make the theater nice too, like a.
I'm gonna float something by. What do you think about this? What do you think if Netflix were to open up theaters in some major markets, Vancouver, Toronto, New York, LA? You pay a monthly premium on your net. So your Netflix is what, $15 a month right now?
Yeah.
Let's say they up it to $25 a month.
And you get to watch it at the theater and at your house.
But that gives you access now to free entry to these Netflix theaters.
They would make a killing. Everyone would do that. But then it would be so hard to get into the theater, though. It would be packed all the time. They'd have to make numerous ones.
Well, what you do is it would be, like, say they have like 8 screens playing. They have showtimes, right? You just go on your phone and you'd reserve your seat for the showtime. And then, I don't know, maybe there's a penalty if you don't show up. How would that work?
You get your you get thrown in a gulag.
So if you don't, okay, yeah, that's one way. I was thinking more of a monetary penalty, like if you pay like a $2 can't make it. If you don't cancel your seat within an hour of the show, then you pay like a cancellation fee of like $2 if you don't show.
You know what I was watching? Okay, I don't know why I was watching Scary Movie 3. I was watching for some reason.
Wow,
It was
so you've been having a rough week.
No, it was on TV. Okay,
that's even worse.
It was a part where
you were channel surfing and you fell on Scary Movie 3, and you're like, I'm gonna stop here. George
Carlin was pretending to be the architect from The Matrix.
Oh yes.
And he's talking to her, and he's like, and then he's talking about it revolves around the Ring movie. Like the girl.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the plot details of Scary Movie 3, but go on.
Okay. Well, anyways, in The Ring, the girl gets drowned in a well by her mom because she's possessed.
Yes.
And then George Carlin's saying this, but he's saying like she didn't clean up her room, so my wife decided upon herself to take her out to the forest and drown her in a well. And he's like, I thought that was a little harsh. I thought a timeout would be suffice. But it was pretty funny when he.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a nice little snippet of that.
The only reason why I thought of that because I said if you get punished for not seeing a Netflix movie, that you wouldn't get murdered for it. You probably just get a doc.
Right. A monetary doc, or you're drowned in a well. I think maybe it could be. Maybe I think that's the third one. If you skip out on that's your third strike. Third strike, and it's well timed.
But the way you said it, I thought a simple timeout would have sufficed. I don't know.
What do you think about that theater idea, though? Do you think that would work?
I think it works great, and it would be so successful, but no one's going to do it because, why would they?
So another question, though, do you think it would work so well that other streaming services would do it, and it would put the traditional theater
out of business?
Run out of business?
I hope not. No, because
do you think studios would just team up with like streaming services?
Yeah, they would just all partner or get a little percentage, a little piece of the pie.
So then Cineplex is no more because Cineplex basically, if movie theaters were licensing out the rights to their films,
isn't Cineplex gone anyways? Didn't they get bought out by that British company?
No, that they canceled
through?
That. That fell through with the pandemic. Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to go to a theater, man.
I can't wait.
What's the first? So let's say theaters open up next month. Probably not. Maybe June. Say they open up in June. What's the first movie? I know what the first movie I'm going to see is. What's the first movie you think you're going to see is?
Suicide Squad?
That's not until August, I don't think.
Oh, I thought it was July.
My goal is to see Fast and Furious 9 in a D-box seat.
When does that? I thought Suicide Squad came out July.
I could be wrong. I think it's August.
Oh, fuck.
Fast and Furious comes out June 25th.
Oh, I didn't know that it was that early. I thought they wouldn't have done it that early. I thought they pushed back.
It was supposed to come out in May. They pushed it back to June.
But there's already theaters open in the States, isn't there?
They're just opening up. But even then, like Kong versus Godzilla came out.
Oh yeah, you saw it. Was it good?
And it did well. Ish. It made like 48 million. But August 4th is when Suicide Squad comes out.
Oh, okay, so it's close. Well.
I can't believe the Batman got pushed back to next March. Fuck.
Oh, why? They should have done a fall release for that. It would have been great.
It was supposed to be out in October, but they pushed it back because originally they were hoping for theatrical releases for stuff now, but they've had to push them back. It just got pushed back because they have so many movies to release.
What did you think of Godzilla versus the fucking Kong?
I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun.
It would have been better in the theater, though.
Yeah, but like. I hope that they re-release it in theaters. Okay, my cat went on my lap, and now she's fucking biting the shit out of me. Get out of here.
Also,
I hope they re-release it in theaters when theaters open.
Spoilers, but I think you were right. I saw a spoiler accidentally, and it was the same storyline you thought it would be.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I don't want to say any spoilers because yeah.
They team up.
Yeah, which is kind of what you kind of think out the outside. Also, spoilers for Kong versus Godzilla. No one's going to watch the movie for the plot. You're going to see it to watch Kong. Godzilla
I don't even care if you told me the entire story.
It was pretty good. I hope they do more. Like those are just fun movies, and like it was so much fun to watch. I mean, I got a decent sized TV and we cranked the sound on it. And it was a lot of fun.
There's a lot bigger actors than I thought that are in that fucking movie.
It kind of just blows by you. I think. You
don't even care about
Kyle Chandler or whatever. He's in it for the trailer's amount of scenes that you see him in.
Oh, really? That's who I thought. I couldn't believe he was in it, so he's not in it at all.
I forgot that he was in a previous movie. Like all of these like actors that are in this movie, like Millie Brown or whatever her name is from Stranger Things. I forgot that she was in an earlier one. She's in. So there's some attempt at continuing on storylines and having actors in the same, but I really don't care.
You just want to see the action.
I just want to see the action. I just want to see Godzilla and Kong.
I get why they have to add a little bit of fucking human factor into it.
Oh, no, of course you do. But, it just doesn't really matter. Yeah, I hope they re-release it in theaters, though. That's one I definitely want to go see in AVX.
I can't watch it at home. It just doesn't make sense.
You have a nice TV.
No, I can't watch it in my living room because I have to sit on a lawn chair.
You have a nice, so you sit for longer for gaming. You could sit and watch Kong versus Godzilla.
No,
you got a Bose sound system.
Watch a movie, you gotta be like.
You got a lounge.
Yeah, gaming. I want to be sitting like that.
Right. But when you're sitting back and you're just taking in the experience, you want to lounge.
Yeah.
I get it. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So that means I should probably just purchase some furniture.
That's definitely an option. But I was just so hungry for like a crazy, insane, fun blockbuster movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at your house it doesn't work.
It does. Honestly, man, it's better than nothing at this point. And
it is better than nothing. But you have to admit that it's better seeing it in that type of.
Of course,
film
of course, I'd never. And if it was out in theaters, then I would prefer that. I also kind of wanted to rent it because I wanted to.
Oh yeah, to see it.
Well, not just wanted to see it, but I was like, I do want to spend the money because I want like money talks, and I want to be like, hey, this is something people still want.
Yeah, of course, you want to contribute.
Yeah, like this is something that I want to see still happen.
Yeah, please
and it was $25, and
yeah.
And my wife and I watched it. So like, if we'd gone to the theater, it would have been about $30 in ticket prices. So it's
it's for 2 AVX tickets. It's $25.99 after tax.
That's $18 a ticket in AVX, isn't it?
I know for a fact I remember it's 20.
I think, but we'd see it on Cheap Tuesdays.
$25.99 for 2 AVX tickets.
No, I think AVX tickets are like $18 a pop.
Or no, wait, it's $40.99.
Yeah.
So it's even cheaper.
It's but it should be, right? Like you
Can you imagine seeing Godzilla versus Kong in that AVX theater at the new at the Gateway, that crazy ass one?
I can't even look up ticket prices because none of the theaters are open.
No, they don't allow you to on the Cineplex app. I've already fucking tried.
Yeah, no, I would have. Are you kidding me? Big tub of popcorn. That's what I didn't even get popcorn when I went and saw movies, but I want the biggest fucking bag of Cineplex popcorn. I want to feel the heat from the bottom of the bag on my lap. I want fucking layered butter in there, or their butter, whatever they consider butter there. And then I want a massive thing of Coca-Cola next to me that I drink a bit of, and then I pour rum in. And I want to sit there, and I want to in my AVX recliner chair, and then I want to bounce a little bit. I want to get excited for the movie, and I want just the whole thing to wash over my senses. I miss that so much.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to have to pee, but I want to have that thing. I'm like, this is the part where I can leave. I don't know if I can leave yet.
Oh, that you everything. You want to take in the entire experience.
The inability to pause what's happening.
Even a shitty creaking seat and the fact that it smells like piss.
I want to buy M&Ms so that if anyone takes their phone out, I can whip a fucking peanut M&M at them.
Yep. I love the feel of the seat when you're.
Did you say piss smell? You missed the piss smell. I don't. Well, I mean, yeah, it's part of the ambiance.
Yeah.
The sticky floor. How about that? I don't miss the piss smell, but I miss the sticky floor.
And getting that perfect sweet spot in your seat comfort.
Or going with reserving your seats and then going with a friend and then having your friend's seat broken a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're a little pissed off and you're just kind of laughing at them the whole time.
Or reserving your seat and having some asshole sitting in it and he tells you, well, there's seats open everywhere, and you're like,
you
get
say,
the
that's
fuck
my
out
fucking
of the seat.
Yes. Oh, I miss that so much.
Oh, I've had that before, and it's like, buddy, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. We see all these empty seats around. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome to sit in them. Not that seat.
Remember they tried that dad and his kids tried to do it to us in the reserved
D-box?
D-box seats.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, no, they turn these on when you buy the seats.
These seats are activated because we paid for them.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I don't think we said get the fuck out of here, but we were like, well.
I swear to God, I wanted to say, I remember I was getting impatient. I was like, buddy, get out of here now, you shit rat. Your kids are in for a rough ride.
Yeah.
He was like, the seats there, and we're like, no, you activate these. Remember, he didn't understand. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and it's just. How do you not? It's not like these.
Also, it doesn't even matter if it's D-box or not. You have an assigned seat on your ticket. Just sit in it, you fucking idiot.
So that's what you miss.
Yeah. No, now that drove me nuts. Now remembering that time, I was like, that's happened to me like 3 times, and I'm like, here's my ticket. See my seat number. Get the fuck out of here.
With the D-box seats, for anyone that doesn't know what D-box is, it's a motion seat. So like you can crank up how much it moves, and it moves in action and stuff. And these seats are noticeably different from the normal seats. So it's not like
they activate them. You have to buy them.
Yeah.
So, and it costs more. So this fucking dad and his kids were sitting in our activated seats, and he's like, well, every seat's... no, it's not the same.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not even like you can make the... it's not like you can be an honest mistake where these seats look like everything else.
No,
like,
they're red
quite
and they're
a bit
twice
different.
the size. Yeah.
They're quite a bit different. So the
it's
fact
like, buddy,
that
get out of here.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
And also, get a hysterectomy right after you leave the theater.
Hysterectomy is for
sorry.
women.
What is
Vasectomy.
Vasectomy. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
actually, get your wife a hysterectomy and you a vasectomy just to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, okay, sure. Yeah, I guess if you could extrapolate that.
I'm saying that he's a moron and he should not reproduce.
Person, yeah, like they found each other.
Yeah,
you're right though. Those kids, I mean, they're not. They're kind of doomed already.
And I remember how annoyed it looked like we were the assholes when he finally moved.
Yeah, like we were inconveniencing him.
Like fuck you.
I don't. Yeah, those kind of people. I mean, I don't like those children. I can tell you that much, and it's because it's not even their fault, really. I don't like them.
I had that on a plane. You know how scared I am from flying in planes. I was coming home from Toronto, and these fucking.
How did you have that on a plane?
I always get the aisle seat because it's more room and I have anxiety, so I want to get up and walk up and down the aisle sometimes or go to the bathroom.
No, but I'm shocked that in this day and age someone
it was like these Swedish morons. They're all drunk. It looked like out of a movie. They were having like a bachelor party or some fucking guys trip, and they wanted to sit in the aisle so they could talk to his friend in the other aisle, and they were like, well, can't you just sit in... They wanted me to sit in the middle seat between these idiots all yelling and talking to each other. I was like...
If you pay for my ticket.
I said, I was so mad because, I'm already anxious on the plane. I was like, get out of my... I was like, no, get out of my seat.
Yeah.
Get out of my seat.
You're already high-strung. This is already a very stressful situation for you, and now they're adding to it just because they feel entitled or they want something.
And then they looked at me like this, like I was like that kind of look.
Like you're the asshole.
Yeah. I swear to God, I was like, nope. Get out of my seat. I got the aisle seat because I need the aisle seat. Please move.
Yeah, I don't.
End of story.
You shouldn't even have to explain yourself. I mean, now it's different if you sat down again. If you sat down and then they were like, "Hey, would you mind?" and then you say, "No," I'm like, "No problem. Thought we'd ask." That's fine.
You want to hear the cherry on top, though?
Go ahead. Lay the cherry on me.
A friend of mine who is an older guy that I know was on the same plane, and he was sitting in first class on Air Canada, and he just kept sending me back free beers every 20 minutes. Beer after beer after beer.
That's not a friend. That's a best friend. Okay,
what a sweetheart. Yeah,
that I'm gonna go so far as to say that man is your brother. Yeah, he is your brother in arms.
His name is John. He's old. He's way older than me. He's like mid-50s. He has like a wife and kids. He's like a grown-up professional adult, and he'd send me back beers the whole flight.
That is a man that I would lay my life down for.
Yeah,
if there's a guy sending me free beer.
Yeah.
Every 20 minutes.
I couldn't believe it. And I remember one time,
I'm dying for that man.
Turbulence, he would walk them back to me just so he could chat quickly.
Yeah.
And one time the turbulence was so bad he fell.
Oh my God. He fell bringing you a beer.
The beer spilled, yeah.
Jeez, this man, what a sweetheart.
He didn't fall right onto the ground. He fell like into
He kind of tripped.
Yeah.
He kind of tripped, and then he spilled the beer on one of the Swedes.
Yeah.
He should have, he tripped. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I couldn't believe it because, in first class, your beers are free. So
I've experienced that not often. Actually, maybe just once. My brother, Adam, pilot, we were flying back. We were flying to Edmonton from here, and we ended up in first class, and it was just...
The Air Canada one?
Yeah. It's a short flight, but I got a few beers in. I have to be at my best behavior because I'm flying with him, and they know that it's a pilot.
Yeah,
so,
I've only done it twice, but it's like another world. It's like you never want to get off the plane. It's so fun.
So on long flights, I actually like sitting at the back of the plane. I like being as far back as I can, no one behind me, because if I have checked luggage, because by the time I get off the plane and then go down there, I don't have to wait long for my luggage. If I get off the plane earlier, I still have to wait around for the carousel. So I was right by the the trolley, like the kitchen area on our flight from here to London in November 2019. And this sweetheart of a flight attendant, when I sat down, we flew at night, and she said, "Oh, can I get you a drink?" And I was like, looking at the prices, I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll get a couple drinks." So I was like, "I'll get a whiskey." It was Johnny Walker Black. We were talking before.
Hell
this.
yes!
You said you're going to get yourself a bottle for today. She gave me the bottle. didn't bring out the debit terminal, and she just kept them coming.
I know they do that. If you're nice to them, if you're just a civilized human being, they do whatever yeah.
Which is shocking to me that like that's the bar. If you're civilized, then someone in that position is like, oh my God, you're the nicest person ever.
I took an American Airlines flight from Texas to Florida.
Yeah.
And I was so nice and trying to make like funny banter, and it was like they were shocked how nice, and they gave me free beers.
No, I'm like when I bartend, it's the same thing. If someone's like just genuinely nice to me, I usually I'll give them a free beer. I'll take care of a beer for them or something, because it's I encounter so many assholes, so many fucking dickhead loser rejects who I can't even believe they dressed themselves in the morning, let alone made it into this restaurant.
It's sad
that complain or get pissed off, angry, and demand free shit, and then get it. Like they're rewarded for their shitty behavior. That the second I have someone that's even remotely kind or benevolent, I'm like, you deserve everything that I can give you, because I want to reward good behavior. I can't even begin to count, and I don't want to try, how many times since last June, when I've been bartending during a pandemic, that I have had just the worst of the worst. People that I really wish would get COVID and then pass on from it, because I just don't want them swimming around in the gene pool
or
anymore.
Even worse than that, like a fiery death.
I had the first time since the pandemic an absolute fucking gem of an individual.
Oh yes, this was a story you wanted to save.
I had such a fucking sweetheart, and for the first time, and I'm not even being like, I'm not even really exaggerating, for the first time it made me want to live to be like 80 years old.
Oh, like you had faith in the world.
This guy came in and sat down on the patio yesterday.
How old was his age first?
So he looked older. Honestly, he looked to me like maybe late 60s. But he was a bit older than that. So sat down. I go up to him. I said, can I grab anything? He goes, you have Guinness on tap. I said, no. They took Guinness off tap like over a year ago because they're morons, stupid morons. I'll take that to the bank. I told him, I said, I railed against them doing it. They did it anyway. I said, it's above my pay grade. I think it was a mistake, and I'm actually embarrassed that the only Guinness we have to offer is in cans. It's fucking ridiculous.
There's still some that have Guinness on tap, you know.
Well, not my location, and no. I will say that to anyone at work, anyone not at work. I think it's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's a mistake. Anyways,
all right.
So he said, "Oh, it's it's obviously the best on draft." I said, "I agree. I was actually in Ireland a year and a half ago, and I can't wait to go back. It was the best. I went to the brewery." He looked at me. He said he had a British accent, by the way. He said the number 9 bus in Dublin. He said, you get on that. He said, and he told me about this bar where they serve Guinness. It's 11%. So he says you have 2 of those and you're off. He's on your ass. He's like he was so nice and jovial, and he was one of those guys where you'd sat down in normal times at a bar, and he would have stories that would last for hours, and they'd all be gems. You know what I mean?
You probably should have gone down on him.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking, or at the very least, a hand release.
Yeah, okay.
So I brought him a beer, and just a regular lager, and I asked him how it was. He's good. He said, he's telling me all these trips he had planned that he can't go on. He said I'm 75 years old. He said, I've got my first shot. He said, I have the second shot on the 16th of this month. He said, I live on a bit of like an acreage area. He said, I'm just in here with my daughter right now. He was waiting for her. They live together, but he was saying that he's got about 10 friends, and they're all waiting to get vaccinated. He said, I'm waiting because right now it'd be about a $10,000 fine if I had them over. He said, but we're all getting vaccinated. I'm just waiting for the all clear from the RCMPs. He's like, then all of my friends are going to come over, and we're going to get so drunk. he said that we're all going to get vaccinated. They're going to come over, and we're just going to get absolutely drunk. It's going to be the best. And I haven't seen him since last March. And I was like, you, sir, are doing it right. He was still so happy, so upbeat. He was talking about going to New Zealand when he can. Mm-hmm. His daughter came and joined him, and they were just having some drinks on the patio. I was like, this is the kind of person, the kind of people that should be going out right now. People that can't, and that, following the rules and just living life as best they can right now. But he was just an absolute sweetheart. His name was John, and he made my day. Shout out to John. He'll never hear this, but
yeah, John. If he does hear it, John,
he's living life right.
That's what everybody should live like.
He's keeping his head up, doing what he needs to do to get through, and then as soon as he gets the all clear, him and his friends are getting together and getting
just climb
blasted.
into a bottle. Just get right in there. Just like
yeah, but what a beauty of a guy. Love John. So thank you for being the first person, like outside of a couple regulars that have sat at the bar top since me bartending from last June during a pandemic, that I've thought, you know what, you're a good guy, you're a good person, and I enjoy your company. Everyone else can go straight to fucking hell.
Yes. Good.
So many assholes, but not John. John's a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one positive work story I have in like 10 months.
That's really sad.
It was a gem. I'm telling you, man. That's I can't wait to do the same. I can't wait to go back to the theater with you and Shay, and then go down to the little Irish pub outside the theater. And
That's what's up.
Absolutely pie-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Go see our bartender DJ. Hopefully he still works there.
I wonder if that bar is still open.
I have no idea. I mean, they have a patio, so they're probably open now. I haven't been there since February 2020.
Yeah, Garfield.
No, Sonic.
Sonic story.
Did you say Garfield?
Fuck, mate. Sorry, I thought it was one of those.
You got the wrong CGI animal. They're filming Sonic 2 here now. They're filming it like at Burnaby at Deer Lake Park, just a stone's throw from where I'm at now.
I wonder if what's his name's back.
James Marsden?
James Marsden, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's back. Jim Carrey's back. They're both back.
So Jim Carrey is in Vancouver right now?
I think so. Or maybe he will be. I don't know what. I have no idea. Yeah, he's Robotnik, so he's got to be. Maybe he's just chilling in LA at a soundstage, though. Because they could just film that. Oh, actually, maybe. I think he lives in New York. I'm reading his book right now. I just started his book.
Crazy? What's it called? Crazy?
It's actually a book he co-wrote with someone else.
He's not crazy.
Some of his. I think he labels some of the stuff he's done crazy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, what is crazy? I guess crazy is when you do something that flies in the face of what we consider normal, right? That's crazy.
No, I don't think that's crazy.
No?
I think it's when you do something and you don't think it's crazy.
Ah, I see what you're saying. So if you think what you're doing is normal,
and it's a little out there,
I'm gonna look up the definition of crazy. Because I would say some of the stuff he's done is mentally deranged, especially as manifested in a wild or aggressive way. Extremely enthusiastic. I'm crazy about Cindy. Okay.
I'd say I've seen a couple of interviews where Jim Carrey seems to be acting a little bit crazy.
Mentally deranged. I would agree. I would say that there's been some times where he's acted mentally deranged, whether he is or not. I don't think.
I think the definition of that is when you act that way and don't realize that you're acting that way.
Unable to think or act in a normal way or logical way, especially because of severe mental illness. Well, what is logical?
Yeah. Everyone has a different degree of what logical is. But I'm saying any degree of what your logic is. I think when you are truly bad is when you don't realize that you're bad. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, shit, I should be thinking this. That's crazy.
Yes.
But if you're like, this is fine.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah. I was having this debate it wasn't really a debate with my wife, but I was saying after a particularly bad day at work, I was like, I don't think that, I was telling her about a couple people. I was like, I don't think these two people should be alive. I think they should be dead. And if it wasn't illegal for me to kill them, I would kill them.
That's crazy.
That's great. So that's what she was saying. And I was saying, well, no, I'm not going to do it, obviously, because that would have severe ramifications on my personal life.
Well, also, it's fucked up. Psychologically and just everything.
Right.
I think it has more ramifications. I think you probably would think about that a little bit.
Yeah. No.
If I watch the wrong porno that's too aggressive, I'll be weirded out for 2 days. If you murder someone, you're fucked.
Right. And I think if I actually took the time to sit down, if it was, because it's not an option for me to kill them. It's not really. If it was an option for me to kill them, I would probably sit down and go, you know what? I can't. And I recognize that. But I think the fact that it's illegal, not immoral, is what stops me from doing a lot more things, which makes me a bad person, right?
Oh, I would have thought still you would feel weird by it.
I would still feel weird. No,
psychologically affected.
Do you think there are people in society, if they do something to a certain degree, that we as a society should go,
That's again what I mean by
now.
Crazy. If you murder someone and you're fine with it, you're fucking crazy.
What if Okay, what about this though? What if someone what if someone broke in and murdered my wife? Am I crazy to kill them?
No, but it would still, if you didn't have feelings of, oh my God, what have I done? Even though they did a wrong thing.
I don't think I would have. I think I would feel justified. I think I would feel better having killed them. I think I could be wrong, but I don't think I would ever be like, oh my God, what have I done?
Changes in some instances, but if you don't show any emotion from taking someone's life, then
yeah, I guess. What about I don't know. What about someone that orders like an airstrike? They're probably, because like you are killing someone, but because you're so far removed from the actual incident, is it weird for them to not feel something or for them to feel something?
I think they feel something. And this is we could talk about that. That's a topic that you could they spend a day on. I do find it quite interesting. And is there? I guess there's there's the ethics and morality issue of it. Yeah, as well. That's like from Air Force One. Gary Oldman, when he says your president kills someone with a smart bomb.
Oh yeah,
and then,
I love it.
And then he's saying, "I can't shoot."
Nailed it. No, you
I
did.
can't shoot this woman.
Smart bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very. It's a very specific way he says that, and it's ingrained in your memory from the time you first see that movie.
He's saying, because she says after he shoots that woman, he's like, "That's the same as you think it's better because he wears a suit." And presses a button with a smart bomb.
Does it with a smart bomb? You can even see his jaw drop too when he says it. He goes, "Bomb." Yeah.
Now that's an
Gary
actor.
Oldman. What a fucking legend.
Yeah.
You know who I feel got robbed? I thought, okay, I went from Gary Oldman, played Commissioner Gordner. Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, Gordner. Commissioner Gordon was then played by J.K. Simmons in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
And
I feel like that
Jameson.
was a great casting choice, and then we don't get to see him.
And he played Jameson too in Spider-Man. He's got a lot of superhero.
He's still J. Jonah Jameson, I think, in Spider-Man. Rumor on the street is he's in the next one.
He's a great actor too, that fella.
He was great. You know,
I even like his fucking insurance commercials.
I do too. Great, yeah. Dennis Haysbert was great in those insurance commercials as well.
Oh yeah.
State Farm.
Yeah.
Whiplash though.
He's still in those commercials. That guy.
J.K. Simmons in Whiplash is just.
He's still in those State Farm commercials. And
no, he's not. Dennis Haysbert, really?
Yeah, and then
that's a nice paycheck.
They're making a joke where people use his voice. He's dubs over other people's voices.
Oh, like other people are
talking and it's his voice.
His voice?
Yeah.
So he just went from like actually being in the commercials to be like, you know what, guys, I want to get paid more and I don't want to do them anymore. So like, your voice.
I swear to God, he's been in those State Farm commercials for like 20 years.
Yeah, I just rewatched 24, and he's one hell of a president.
Oh yeah.
President David Palmer.
You haven't seen the new commercials where now people are talking and it's his voice?
No, because the only commercials I really see are ones I'm forced to watch for 5 seconds or 30 seconds before a video I'm trying to watch on the internet.
Oh.
Anything I watch on TV is PVR'd, so I skip over.
Oh, okay. You got to see them. They're pretty good.
I don't think I'm going to actively search them out, but hey, if I happen across one, then
well,
great.
We were talking about him. Now we were saying he's still in the commercials, and now they dub his voice over people that are in the commercial, and he's not even in it.
Yeah, so he does less work for more. That's the dream.
Mm-hmm.
He just sits at home, probably with a microphone. Maybe goes to a studio.
No, he's got to be
in a booth,
studio,
and then just goes. What's the State Farm slogan? You know who else is raking the dope? Flo from Progressive.
Someone told what she actually makes. She makes like $550,000 a year just on those commercials.
So would you rather be a struggling actor or get a massive payday from a commercial, but then not really be able to act at anything?
That's a trade-off,
right? Because she can't get cast at anything now, really. Because everyone's like, oh, that's the Progressive. It's the same thing as the A&W guy. Like, can you imagine watching a sitcom and then seeing him show up as like the daughter's friend's dad?
I'm pretty sure that's why they're still in those. They must have to be like, I'm fucked for life now. You have to keep me in these commercials.
Well, for at least a good long time.
Yeah.
You remember when Sony did Jack from PlayStation?
Yes.
Remember that guy?
How did what's his name get out of the Apple thing?
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
That was a bit like he was already kind of established, I think, or at least recognized. So it's like, oh, that guy's in these commercials now, as opposed to the guy from the commercials is in this now.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Or that dude you're getting a Dell guy, but he got arrested for marijuana and spent 5 years. You know that ruined his whole life?
Wait, what?
Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's why you never heard from him
I remember
again.
you're getting a Dell. I don't remember that specific guy.
Yeah, you know the guy that was, dude, you're getting a Dell.
So there was one guy that did that. He was known for
one
that.
guy that did it.
Okay.
He stopped doing it because he was driving through New York or somewhere, and he got pulled over, and he had a joint in his ashtray, and he went to jail for that.
Okay, wait. Dude getting a Dell.
Jail time.
Arrested? Ben Curtis, actor. He's on Wikipedia. He's got a Wikipedia page. No picture, though.
But it ruined his career just because of a marijuana.
He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Just because
Other
of
name's
a joint.
Dell, dude.
Just because of a joint, it ruined his career.
Curtis's tenure with Dell ended shortly after he was arrested and accused of buying a bag of marijuana in 2003.
Yeah.
Dell terminated the role, and according to Curtis, he was blacklisted from the entertainment community, and it was difficult for him to find work. I mean, you weren't blacklisted, buddy.
Yeah, but he got fired from his... Like, he was in every Dell commercial, and they fired him for marijuana? Like, fuck off.
Well, I get them terminating the contract because they probably... Yeah, like, they're a business, whatever, it's illegal, okay. I don't think you were blacklisted from the community. You were just an actor who landed a great commercial.
Yeah, he was bitter
got the lottery,
it.
And then you just... Yeah.
It wasn't marijuana. It wasn't a bag. It was one joint he bought.
He played the role of Christian in the off-Broadway comedy Joy by John Fisher for a few weeks. In 2006, he starred in the short film Raccoon.
Oh, here it is.
What would you do? Dude, you're getting a Dell. Is that him in the puka necklace?
Yeah.
Of course it is. She's intrigued. You can get free shipping. Unbelievable. And free shipping? Dell's won more awards than any other PC company in the last 5 years. This is a fucking marathon of a commercial, by the way.
I thought... Well, here it is.
This is like an infomercial. Say it. Say the fucking line. Say the fucking line.
It's coming.
Oh my god, we know about the free shipping.
Come on now, fuck.
There it is. Dude, that was by the way, he was terrible in that commercial.
Yeah, I know, he was bad.
They cast him for looks and looks alone.
Yeah, that he's like
they wanted the guy that we were talking about that they wanted a guy that wears a Pornhub hat for their commercial without
or the guy at the beginning where we were talking about who paid to punch out.
Yeah, that guy.
Wow, this episode came full circle.
I got a new job for that guy. Let's find him on Twitter. Let's
beat
tweet
him
him.
within an inch of his life.
Well, no, hang on. That's going to cost us more. We said one punch earlier.
No, I'm talking about wheelchair.
Okay, well, I think he's going to demand more money. I'm gonna hold up the one hit for $200.
No, temporary. Like, just he's so injured that he can't walk for a while.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to renegotiate a contract with him, but that would be good.
Yeah,
maybe we can crowdfund it. We'll
no, I take back what I said. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Or you know what we can do? Let's buy him a bag of weed. That's probably a sore spot.
Oh, he'll be like roll his eyes. Oh, the whole thing. That's.
Can you imagine being him now though, being like 40 years old and being able to order weed? Like here, we can order it and get it delivered to our house
free?
Through our postal service.
His career ended because of it.
And Dell terminated his contract 17 years ago for that. That sucks.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude, you're getting a Dell. All right, that's a full circle. That's a beautiful way to bring this for a landing. We sat in our assigned seats. We got free booze, and we brought this episode down for a landing. So, thank you guys so much for listening. Keep trudging out there. We love you.
Always wipe front to back.
There it is. We'll see you next week, guys.
Okay.